Let's check in with Disney and see how things are going. We have a handy post here by Nerdrotic. We can take a look. Season 1, Doctor Who. Season 1, by the way. This show's been around for decades, but we're now calling this new season, Season 1. Isn't that funny? But anyway, 28% audience score, 96% from critics. I'm sure they love the storytelling, not the things being inserted into it, right? And then Star Wars The Acolyte. Now, this is actually outdated because I checked it this morning, and it's already fallen to 20%. So it went down a point. The critic score is still accurate, and that's funny. It dropped from the 90s down to 85, and that's all critics. Top critics, it gets a little bit worse at 72%. You might see that drop down into the 60s, which would be pretty damn hilarious to see, all things considered. Big changes to the lore of Star Wars happened yesterday, as now lesbian space witches are an official, important part of Star Wars canon. I'm sure every Star Wars fan out there is excited about this, saying this is exactly what they've always wanted, this cringy tribe with one of the worst musical moments I've ever seen. The power of many, the power of two, or whatever the hell that was, is embarrassing. I would be embarrassed to be a part of that scene. It was such cringe. I almost passed out from the cringe. But don't worry. You're going to have to get used to this. Disney Star Wars redefines the Force and introduces lesbian witches that can create life through unnatural means in The Acolyte. Yes, the Force is female, but wouldn't it be male if it impregnates women? I'm just saying, Kathleen Kennedy, but she's using woke biology, so anybody can get anybody pregnant. It's just a disaster. I can't believe people still hold out hope for this. It's time to move on. This shit is dead. Now, I'm here to laugh at it. I don't even get mad anymore about this. I find it funny. I think it's hilarious what they're doing to the show. I mean, they're literally destroying a billion-dollar brand, just running into the ground, smashing its head into a tree trunk over and over again. That's what they're doing to this show. To this franchise. But don't worry. There is a major problem that can be fixed, and Disney is trying to fix it, and that's, of course, blaming you. You are the problem with Star Wars, not Lucasfilm. It's you. Access Media blames fans for ruining Star Wars, not the people at Lucasfilm pushing feminist agendas. No, it's not them, it's you. Why don't you just turn your brain off and enjoy this trash? Why don't you just take your slop? Oh, look at old Dave Filoni there. Look, got them lips puckered up, ready to plant them right on Kennedy's ass, where they sit majority of the day. This guy signed off on all of this shit. This guy's supposed to be the savior. He's going to fix it all. He's not fixing anything. Kathleen Kennedy made it a job requirement to put his penis in a chastity cage when he shows up to Lucasfilm. She's got the key. You see it right there around her neck, don't you? That's the key to open it. So he has lost his balls. Maybe he puts them in a baldo. I don't know. But let's take a look at what's going on here. So here's what they have to say. So they're blaming you. Of course, this isn't new. Disney has been doing this for years. They're hating the show. Attack them. Get them. Let's read what some of them have to say. Whether you know them as the Fandom Menace or a cluster of blue checkmark users on Twitter, it's impossible to escape their orbit. The same folks that review-bombed diverse swings like Marvel's Eternals, Rings of Power, and now they're setting their sights on The Acolyte. Oh, yes, all great shows and movies right there. The Rings of Power. And notice the word usage there. You know why they consider these shows good, and The Eternals good? It's because they're diverse. It's not the storytelling. It's not the character performances. It's the shit that they put in it to push their worldview. Rings of Power is good because there's a lot of gays and colors in it. That's it. We got a lot of people of color, and we got a lot of LBGT in it. Good, it's great. Eternals was shit. But apparently, saying that is review bombing. Review bombing is such a joke. These movies are objectively bad. These shows are objectively bad. As is expected from a number of the Access media, she labels individuals who do not like the woke agenda that has ruined these various franchises as bigots. She states the Acolyte is not actually ruining Star Wars, but the bigoted backlash is definitely ruining the fun for everyone else. Nobody's enjoying this show. It's like a small handful of people. And most of them were paid to enjoy it. The only people I see praising this show are like people that were in that Lucasfilm shill shot. There's a picture going around that has Kathleen Kennedy, I think Dave Filoni, Leslie Headland, or 2 out of the 3 are in it. And it's a bunch of Star Wars YouTubers that praise this shit. They all got to go. She continues with the typical fare of ists and phobes. It's not outright shocking to see something like the Acolyte marred by racist, misogynistic, and even anti-LGBTQ backlash. Yeah, because it's stupid that forced lesbians have kids. It's not. It ruins Anakin Skywalker. Did you include that? Anakin Skywalker is nothing special anymore. You need to understand that. Like the Darth Vader, the most important character in Star Wars, no longer important. Maybe that's why it was done. And it continues. Comments on set design and screenwriting have turned into misogynistic microaggressions against Headland. Even critiques on the series have been weaponized by its haters. Defending Headland, personal assistant of Harvey Weinstein. Isn't that funny? She then declares the true culprit behind the criticism of Star Wars is male entitlement, she says. The origins of this toxicity aren't difficult to figure out. At the end of the day, it boils down to entitlement. Ah, you entitled fans. How dare you expect a good product? How dare you? Why can't you just expect these agenda-filled things? Because, well, these different groups need to coexist. Listen, if you want to see yourself in this shitty show, you need to find better entertainment. I don't know what to tell you. The last place I would want to see myself is in the Acolyte. It's embarrassing. I'd be embarrassed to be part of the show. And I understand they're just getting checks, but it's a giant piece of shit. It's awful. Like the hoops, they can't defend anybody's arguments about why this show sucks. They have to jump right into calling people istophobes. Like that's how they have to do it because they know the show sucks. But it's important because they've captured a central node of pop culture and it's now pushing their worldview. So they have to defend it and give it good reviews. And they can't go against anybody's negative reviews because they can't debunk what they say about it because it's all true. So the quick way to do it, well, there's black people in the show. Let's call everybody racist. It's something that a lot of studios have kind of stopped doing because it doesn't work. And if anything, it kind of makes the backlash get worse. But Lucasfilm doesn't change anything. They keep moving forward. They keep using the worst tactics to defend their shows by calling in all these journalists and media whores. And it ends up just pissing more and more people off. And I've seen more people say they're done with Star Wars from this show than anything else. People that have tried to ride the fence, people that have tried to kind of be objective and say, well, maybe things will get better and hold out hope. People are losing their hope now and giving up. And that episode 3 really did it. Gore and Alan over at Film Threat were right. They said it's going to divide the fan base down even more, and they were right. I saw a lot of people say they're walking away from Star Wars yesterday. And, you know, I clapped my hands and I said, finally, you've been broken. I was broken a long time ago with Star Wars. This just makes me feel that I did the right decision. I haven't even really talked about Star Wars that much, but this show is so bad, I got to get in on it because it's a joke. And it's just fun to make fun of them for their dumb decisions. I love seeing people finally wake up to this shit. You're going to see a lot of people walk away from Star Wars over this show. And that's all on Kennedy, who won't be fired for this. In fact, she's going to get to keep doing it. She just knows where the bodies are buried. That's the only thing I can think of. I mean, think about it. She's bringing in Leslie Headland to do his show, the personal assistant of Harvey Weinstein. And this is what she made. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments below. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.